On today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our small contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Now, today we're going to be back inside of our workshop.py file, which is going to be our workshop that we put together for our actual module that we just finished. I do want to correct one thing from yesterday. As soon as it pulls up, I can show you. So yesterday I actually said that when we use this retrieve function, it's going to be actually retrieving our boolean, our new boolean that we set. When in actuality, we're going to be actually retrieving the boolean that we set to true. This is our original boolean that we're going to be retrieving. We didn't reset it or anything like that. This is just everything that we went through the motion of actually setting it once and getting it set to true. So when we use the retrieve function, we're actually just retrieving and viewing our original boolean, which is set to true. This isn't the new one yet. Like I said yesterday, it was an error, so I apologize for that. But with that being said, let's move on so we can do some further breakdown and analysis of the code that we read yesterday. So this is a breakdown of everything that is happening in our code. We have my bool, which is a public boolean, declared state variable. This is how we declared our variable my bool. Now this declares a state variable called my bool of type bool, which is a boolean, which can be true or false. The public keyword automatically creates a getter function so we can read my bool from outside the contract. Next, we have Viper external, define set bool. We're going to return a boolean. Now this sets the state variable to true and returns it. Then we're going to say self dot my bool equals true, and then we're going to return self dot my bool. This is the external function callable from outside the contract. It sets the state variable my bool to true. It returns the new value of my bool, which will also be true after calling this. So that's just another aspect of it there. Then we're going to say Viper external, define get bool. We're going to return boolean again. This returns the state variable. We're going to return self.mybool. Another external function returns the current value of the state variable my bool, which is true. Then we're going to say Viper deployer, define init, ensures main function runs only if the script is executed directly. We're going to say self.mybool equals true. And this is meant to be the constructors or the contract's constructor, which runs once the contract is deployed. It sets my bool to true at deployment. Like I said, it automatically happens. You don't have to do anything. As long as you set up the code correctly, it gets initialized as soon as we deploy our contract. Now note, the correct decorator in Viper for constructors is at external, not at deploy. It should be Viper at external, define init, self that my bool equals true. The reason I'm using at deploy here because at deploy works in VS Code, but when we use the remix IDE like we were in the past, the actual correct one would be at external. So that's a little quick note there. So in summary, the contract stores a single Boolean value, my bool. When deployed, my bool is set to true. You can call set bool, set it to true again. It's not really setting it to true again. It's just actually just setting it in motion. Then you can call get bool or use the public getter to read its value. And again, the reason that I got mixed up yesterday is because I figured that once we set everything and call it or return everything, that was just it. I forgot that the retrieve function is actually what helps us view the Boolean. Returning it doesn't actually help us view it. The retrieve function helps us view it so we can actually see it from outside the contract. So basically, that's where we're at with that. And tomorrow we're going to move forward, so stay tuned for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.